know that I'm kind of late onto the trend of personal curriculum? Back in September, everyone was posting videos all about what they were going to be looking into and what they were going to be studying. And I just thought, that is so fun. Let's do one of those, but for crochet. So if you've never ever been to my channel before, my name is Stephanie Mitchard. I crochet, I craft, I do lots and lots and lots of different types of things. And this is our little corner of the internet where we do all things crochet and all things crafty. We upload twice a week. Wednesdays, we have the Chit Chat and Crochet podcast. And then on a Sunday, we have our craft project of the week. We do every episode as a premiere so we can have a little chat. And we do Wednesdays at 7 p.m. and we do Sundays at 10 a.m. And we all get together and it's like we have a craft club. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can come and you can join the club. Now, I never ever want any of my content to ever go behind a paywall. That's just not something that I want. I really believe that regardless of your income, you need to have access to our community and to all of our content. But if you do want to help out in any way, I have our coffee app for one-off payments. And I also have a YouTube membership, which is $2.99 a month. And for that, what you get is a little icon next to your name saying that you're part of the membership. You get a shout out in every video and you get priority responses to comments. So I'd like to say a massive thank you to Wendy, to David, to Emma, to Claire, to Emma, to Tedi, and to Liz. Thank you so much for supporting me and everything that we do here. Now, I always say things like our community, and that is because we have got such an amazing community here. I never thought for 2 minutes that when I started this channel a year ago, it's literally a year ago this month, guys, like how crazy is that? That a year later we will be sitting here with our little community and everyone's like meeting up and having chats in the comments. It makes me like so happy and so proud of us for what we're building. We have our Facebook group, which is the Mitchard Mateys Craft Club. Thanks, Wendy, for that name. And then we also have started a Discord because Facebook is removing the chat functions, which I think is really sad because during the week, what we do is we post what we're working on and we're all talking in the Facebook group, which I just think is like so lovely. So if you want to be part of our community, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe and head over to Facebook and Discord to join in the conversation. So, back in September, everyone is posting all about personal curriculum. It's because September, that's that time that you're returning to school, like that kind of school feeling. I used to love like going up to Woolworths. Who remembers Woolies? Going up to Woolworths and you pick, you know, your pencil case and all like, you know, your stationery and all the stuff to return to school, and that feeling of being off for 6 weeks and it being the best time ever, but then also kind of getting back into that kind of, you know, skill set of learning. I used to love like English literature and art and those kind of things. And I think a lot of us kind of lose that kind of motivation to learn. So I think like obviously having this little kind of like stamp of a name of personal curriculum, it kind of, you're writing something down, it gives it more purpose and it gives it more emphasis, so you're more likely to carry on with it. I am not the type of person who doesn't have a side mission going on. I always have a side mission. Doesn't matter what it is, I'm always doing something. I've always got either like a crochet project, or I'm trying to, like last month, my Halloween displays, or like these little things. I've always got to have a project and something that I'm working on, because if I don't, I just go absolutely mental and go insane. I've always got to be working on something. This idea actually came from a TikToker whose name has just fallen out of my head, and I should have wrote it down, but I didn't. But I will put all of their information down below so you can kind of see what other people are doing. So personal curriculums, this isn't just like, I am going to learn, I'm going to learn maths, or I'm going to, develop my English literature skills. It doesn't have to be that. We're grown-ups. We're not in school. It's putting down what you want to learn. What do you want to develop? So that could be anything from gardening to cooking. I don't know, you might want to learn how to make a skirt or a pair of pants. It doesn't matter what it is. Even it could be like things like, I want to learn how to, do basic, maintenance work on my car. Like anything. It can be anything. And I really love that idea. And I was so devastated that back in September, I just didn't have the headspace. I didn't have the time to give this to, which is obviously when everyone was doing it. But you know what? It's November. We're gonna do ours now. And again, that's the beauty of the personal curriculum. We don't have to stick to other people's time scale or time sets. We can just do what we want to do. So back in September, I had an email from a lovely person called Klaus, and they offered to send me an eco file. I actually haven't opened it. It actually arrived while I was away on holiday. And I thought, you know what? This is actually perfect, because you know, when we are learning things, we need somewhere to keep all of the stuff. And I thought, how fantastic would it be if I have a little look at this eco file and tie it into the personal curriculum. So this is what Klaus has sent me. It's this lovely, lovely eco file that expands. So let's get it open. So what is EcoStash? So EcoStash, they are an eco-friendly solution to storing your files. So this is all recyclable, and that just made me feel very excited, because the worst thing is just like things ending up in a landfill. I don't know whether you're like me, but when you think about like organising like papers, organising stationery, it's a lot of dopamine buttons being pressed in the brain. Look how fantastic. I wanted green because, you know, that green is my favourite colour, as you can see. Put that over there. So this is what we've got. So it's a wheat straw file organiser. And you can see on the pictures here, they all expand. So there's going to be loads and loads and loads of room for lots and lots of different types of things. Again, I don't know whether you're like me, but I buy a lot of like online patterns. And I end up, like at the moment, I've actually just got a stack of paper patterns and I need somewhere to put them. So I thought this would be a really good solution for a lot of us. So first what we have, here's the file. We have a little drawstring here that's got a little bit of like a rubber hull on it. So this is how we open it up. So let's open him. I wanted one with a little lid flap. That's what I wanted, because I like the idea of being able to cover things up. So let's see, because on the pictures, one thing I thought was really cool is the fact that it expands so much. So let's expand her out. Ah, look at that. Oh my gosh. I also like the fact that she sits up on her own. I've had other concertina files that don't actually sit up like this. They just can't, you have to kind of find a store for them. But you could prop her up on the shelf. Look how cute. I also like the fact that it bends over like this. So like that is what she looks like. Where's her little drawstring? Where is she? Okay. So let's pull the drawstring. So there's a little tiny rivet there at the bottom, which the string kind of sits in. Oh my days, look how cute. Oh, I am going to fill, oh my gosh, as well. Oh my gosh, guys. Look how pretty the inserts are. Can you see the colours? Oh, look at all those little cute pastels. I also like the fact that there's like a little fleck of black. You know when you see that there's really cute potteries and they've got like the little flecks of black in them? That is what it reminds me of. So we've got some little stickers that are also colourful. Oh my gosh, so I can make like little labels for here and be like, these is going to be all my things for all the bits and bobs that I'm going to be studying. So the things that I'm going to be studying, I want to develop my filet crochet. I want to learn about spinning, and I want to develop my knowledge on different stitches. So I could literally have a little file here that's like for stitches. Every time I find a new stitch, print it off, pop it into here. Sock patterns, that's another thing that I'm doing lots of at the moment, is socks. David has inspired me because my friend David is making lots of socks at the moment. So obviously David knits, I don't knit, I crochet. So I'm like learning about like sock patterns, so I can have a little thing for sock patterns. I love it. And the fact that it stands up on its own, that's the thing for me that makes me really excited. Oh my gosh, look. Look how cute. Oh, I love this. Klaus, thank you so much for sending this to me. I'm absolutely made up. How kind for thinking of me and sending me this gorgeous file and letting me pick the colour as well, because this colour green, it's so me. It's so me. I also thought what we'd do is decorate it with some stickers as well, because you know me, I love me some stickers. So Liz actually got me some cute stickers for my birthday. Obviously, little witchcraft stickers. We are the craft coven, aren't we? We have our own little craft coven. So I thought what I would do is decorate her with some little stickers while we talk. And then I'll kind of go on to having a little chat about the different things that we're going to be studying. Now, Klaus has been very, very kind and has actually offered us a 20% discount code for your own eco file if you do want one. So the discount code is actually going to be on Amazon. So it's easy for us all to use. We all have Amazon, don't we? It's like we love a bit of Amazon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and post down below. We have our 20% discount code, which is UK Eco Stash. That'll give you 20% off. And what I'll do is I'll post the Amazon link down below, so it'll be dead easy for you to find. These stickers are just so cute, little witches hats. So when I'm doing all of my little files and I'm doing all of this, I can just look and think about the best time of year. I'm already missing Halloween. Is anyone else missing Halloween? I feel like this is like our Halloween hangover, because I feel like last week we did so much. And by decorating this with cute little stickers with witch hats, it's just going to kind of keep us in that Halloween spirit, isn't it? So I think I'm going to leave it at that, because I don't want to overload her. I want to have some cute little stickers, cute little decoration. How gorgeous. So let's talk about what we're going to be filling this with. So I'm going to put this, where can I put you? You know what, let's put a pride of place. Let's put a pride of place. Let's get her, where can we put her? Okay, let's put her pride of place. We'll pop her here so we can all see her. So while we're talking, we can all have a little look in the background and see our gorgeous file. So let's talk about what is going to be on my personal curriculum. So there's a few things that I want to develop skills in. And the first one is actually filet crochet. I seen Michelle Jasic doing filet crochet this year, and it really, really inspired me. That girl inspires me so much. She is the reason why I tried tapestry. So every time I see her doing something, I'm like, okay, let's have a little go. So I've been scouring the internet and trying to find who's the best at teaching filet crochet, and I found two creators that I really, really want to recommend. The first creator is Stardust Crochet. Now, she has got this episode that is about like beginners, and it's like talking about the basics of filet crochet. I will link her information down below so you'll be able to go and access that YouTube video. What she talks about is, what I really like is the fact that she talks about the yarn. What yarn is best when you're doing filet crochet? Because I feel like a lot of, like, I don't know whether you're like me, but a lot of us, we tend to jump into these things and we're learning and we're making the mistakes. I love the fact that she talks about what yarn is best to use, not just the weight, but she even goes into talking about the colours that you should choose. She talks as well about the different methods of filet crochet. And the best thing about her video is she has a really beautiful cat that appears within the frame. So if you like cats and you want to learn about different weights of wool and stuff like that, then maybe her video is for you. The second video that I am going to recommend is a creator called Divine Crochet. So Divine Crochet is actually a British creator, which makes me feel very, very happy. I love supporting fellow British creators. Now, his video is absolutely amazing. I really, really love the fact that he really goes into skill level, and he talks about your skill level and whether filet crochet, whether it is the right time for you to attempt it. And he talks about the basic skills that you need before attempting the filet crochet. And I think that's absolutely wonderful, because again, it's kind of setting you up to succeed. It's not being like, right, we're going to go straight into this. And then you realize halfway through that you don't know what a basic mesh stitch is. And then that makes you then feel terrible because you're trying to do something that might be slightly beyond your reach at this point. Go and learn those base skills and come back. And I love the fact that they do make a bit of an emphasis on what techniques you're going to have to succeed with filet crochet. He also goes into like the base knowledge of like what exactly filet crochet is and talks about, again, all those stitches that you need. And I just think his video, and he has a really lovely way, very clear way of talking about what you need to do to learn filet crochet. So they're two creators that I am going to be looking into, and I'm hoping that by the start of next year I will have done at least one project of filet crochet. Maybe I'll see if I can find a Christmas design. Maybe I'll do a small Christmas design. What do we think? From looking and doing a little bit of research and kind of, you know, trying to find things out for this video, a lot of people actually use very, very thin thread to actually do filet crochet. So maybe doing like more of like a little hanging or something to put on a card, maybe. Maybe. I will let you guys know. I'll definitely do an update on this. Maybe in 2 months' time, maybe January, we'll do an update and I'll tell you where I'm up to with the things that I've put down on this list. So the next topic on this list, on my personal crochet curriculum, is going to be spinning yarn. You heard me, spinning yarn. Now, last year, my lovely husband got me a gorgeous set with a little tiny spindle and some, you know, raw wool, like roving, and I tried to have a go, but again, doing that thing that you do where you just jump into something and you don't necessarily read instructions. Does anyone else do that, or is it just me? Because I feel like I always do this, just jump into things and I don't even look at the instructions. So I feel like I failed quite a bit and I didn't really know what I was doing. So I started to look up different creators, different things. And in that box that my husband gave me, it did recommend different tutorials, but they're not tutorials that I was necessarily I couldn't really understand what they were doing. Not that their instructions weren't clear, it's just that our learning styles just don't gel. But then I found a creator called Gillian Eve, and I can't recommend her channel enough. She talks about every single thing to do with spinning. I feel like she is just like the fountain of all knowledge when it comes to spinning. So she actually recommends a book called Respect the Spindle. And I bought this when me, Liz and David went to the Cumbria Yarn Festival. Now, this book, it tells you all about like the history of the tool and what you're going to need and all those like skills. I'm going to read the back of the book to you. Why would modern spinners choose to make yarn with a prehistoric tool? Abby Franquemont, hopefully I'm saying her surname right, explores one of the world's most productive, versatile and convenient devices and teaches readers to make stunning yarns in Respect the Spindle. Take a world tour of spindle spinning with this all-encompassing guide. Learn the different ways that spindles and spinning evolves around the world. From the supported spindles used to spin soft cashmere to the large lap spindles developed by the Navajo. Practice techniques for creating a wide variety of yarn and making them faster than you would ever imagine in some cases. Even faster than a spinning wheel. Has anyone ever seen someone using a spinning wheel? Every time I see someone on a spinning wheel, it's like, oh my days, I just want one. I want one so bad. Along the way, improve the quality of your spun yarn and apply your newfound knowledge to 4 simple and beautiful knit and crochet projects that showcase your hand-spun yarn. Respect the Spindle is a delightful and indispensable resource with detailed information for spinners at all levels from beginner to expert. So my plan is to devour this page by page and apply this to the practice. I've got my spindle, I've got my yarn, and I just want to go in and read this because this is like, I love the fact that you're just seeing like there's like so many pictures, techniques, showing you pictures of how to do it. and I just want to devour this page by page because it's something that I really, really, really want to get into. It even teaches you about each spindle and like what's the best, you know what I mean? So I've got all my stuff to do it. There's literally nothing stopping me. I just need to sit down one day and just do it. So I think what I'm going to do, especially with the spinning, because I feel like that is going to be a very, very big thing for me to take on. I'm going to try and document the entire process of learning how to do spinning. And I'm talking from the spinning right up to making the project with the wool that I've spun. And I think that'll be such a fun way of documenting learning a new skill. I'm very, very, very excited to try this. So that is what I'm going to be doing with my spinning. Now, the last thing on this list is I would like to develop my skills in knowing different crochet stitches, because I just think that that is just going to be really, really beneficial for making projects and doing different things. And I had this idea that I kind of talked about earlier in the year of maybe trying to, transfer and show you guys some different skills as well. I have this book, I got this, was it last year or the year before? I can't remember. The big book of crochet stitches, Jein, Leinhauser and Rita Weiss. I love the fact that these ladies, they collect crochet patterns and they basically made like these diaries and then created this dictionary of the different types of stitches that they found. So this is something that I'm gonna like look into and maybe make. So I've actually already started doing my little kind of notes here of what did I think? Is there anything that I kind of change while I'm doing the stitch? Those kind of things. I'm making notes within each section, which ones I like and which ones I don't. So there's different sections in this because obviously we have different types of stitches. There's a whole section on bobbles, chevrons, clusters, cross stitches, so that's literally when the yarn has a cross in it, easy stitches, so just like basic stitches, fans, loop stitches, multicolored stitches, picots, popcorns. See, I would class a popcorn the same as like a bobble, but obviously I'm wrong, so I need to look into this and see what that's about. Puff stitches, raised stitches, shell stitch. See, again, in my head I would kind of put like a shell stitch with a fan stitch, but again, I'm wrong, because looking at the shell stitches, there is more than 20 pages of shell stitches in this book, special stitches and V-stitches. So that is a lot for us to try to develop. So that is something that I'm going to do. Maybe I will do sort of weekly videos on different stitches. I don't know. I'm not too sure, but that is something I want to choose. Each section, so one week I will choose a bobble stitch, then the next week I'll choose a chevron, cluster, cross stitch, and kind of go throughout it like that. So you're not just, I'm just doing bobbles, I'm going to do different types. Now, in terms of projects that I want to develop, a new thing that I am doing is learning how to make socks. That is something that I really, really, really want to develop, because every time I see someone with like knitted socks, it makes me very jealous. And I've also just started buying really, really beautiful like hand-dyed wool. And I feel like that's a kind of good place to kind of start when you're wanting to, maybe use this lovely new wool, and that is what I'm going to be doing with it. So socks are something that I'm going to be looking into and developing. Also, I want to learn how to make gloves as well. So they're like two things on my list. So that is what I'm going to be putting in that file. Anything that I find, I want to do some like little notes on these. So every time I do a note about a different pattern that I've learned, I'm going to write down a little note and put it into my file and things like that. So remember, if you want to get your own Eco Stash file, in the notes there is a link to the Amazon, and make sure you're using that discount code UK Eco Stash and you'll get 20% off your file. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video and talking about our personal crochet curriculum. Are you going to do your own personal crochet curriculum? Let me know what things as crocheters, knitters, What do you want to develop when it comes to your fibre craft? What do you want to look at? What do you want to go into? Let me know in the comments down below, because I just think it's absolutely fascinating and it inspires us to learn from one another. So again, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. If you've enjoyed and you're not subscribed, why not? Go hit the subscribe button. Make sure you give this video a like. And if you want to support in any way, make sure you like and share this content. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.